Hello, guys. Today we're talking about something that everybody knows and a lot of people hate: the government. Yeah, I know. So now let's start from the very beginning. All right. Now, in the beginning, before nations or whatever the hell, well, there weren't exactly governments. There weren't leaders. Well, technically there were, but it's a very ancient form. Now, basically, back then they traveled in groups because obviously traveling by yourself with nothing but a stone spear and a couple of fursuits, and you're gonna fight against mammoth, tigers, whoever the hell is lurking out there. Obviously, going with a group is much safer because you can defend each other. And it's easier to get food. Obviously, there will be a leader. All right, it's a very Asian form of government, and they're like, okay, let's do this and that. And if people didn't like it, well, they could just kill him or just escort him out of the group, kind of like pirates. Now moving on, well, we got more and more, kind of like tribes and bigger nations. In the end, first ones are city states. City states are the first, common thing. City states are basically an independent city and, the territories around it, right? So basically, right, Singapore, it's a city state because it's one tiny city island and owns a couple of small islands around it. Let's keep it moving. Then we had empires. Empires are huge monarch nations, right? Like it's ruled by one family, just one family, all right? The king dies, his son or daughter takes his place as king or queen. And, it's an expansionist country. Expansionist means that it just keeps wanting more land, right? Now, moving on, now, of course, we have two things when it comes to government: limited governments and unlimited governments. Limited governments are governments that basically limit themselves, right? Like me, I limit myself to 2 hours screen time every day. So, like, okay, not too much, not good. And of course, well, limited government's like, here, this is a constitution, all right? This is the laws and stuff, your Bill of Rights, whatever the hell. These are the rights we cannot take away from you, all right? It's been written on there. So yeah, we are limited, and everything there has to go through a per person vote. Second, well, there's of course the unlimited government. Unlimited governments are where a oligarchic or tyrannical, nation comes in. Now, of course, tyrannical doesn't always mean bad. For example, the United Kingdom. Well, back then it had a monarch, and well, not a lot of people complained it was bad in England. I mean, they were just terrible colonialists. These countries usually control basically most or every piece of economic life, economic and political life. So you have to agree with everything that they say to actually, get high up the ranks. And usually you even can't. And while people over there have limited freedom of speech, like no talking back to me. Examples of countries like that are China, Russia, and North Korea. Well, they don't have exactly have a good reputation now, do they? Now, keeping it moving, of course, these two economic governments, well, there of course there are pros and cons. The pros of a limited government is that, well, it has a much more stable economy and usually a much stronger economy because private owning and government cooperation. However, the cons is that it takes a long time because like long bureaucracy. You have to like count everyone's votes, etc., blah blah blah. And not a lot of people agree with each other. I mean, everyone has a different opinion, even though we're all humans. Unlimited governments, well, the pros is that their economy is much more resilient. The cons here, though, their economy is usually very much stagnating. Stagnation basically means that, all right, you ever seen still water? That's stagnated water. I was like, okay, it has not changed in 6 months now. So that's stagnation. So if there's a huge economic drop, well, likely it's going to stay that way. So yeah, it sucks. So yeah, in the end, governments are, even though they have a lot of controversy, even though a lot of people don't like them, a lot of them do, in the end, we do need a government to, keep ourselves stable. So yeah, thanks for listening to what I say. Goodbye, see you next time.